Baseball. I'm Garrett Escala alongside Graham Tuck as the High Point Panthers looking to avoid the sweep, losing both games yesterday. As High Point needs to come back here after losing the doubleheader here as they look to Bradley Robinette on the mound for the Panthers.
Yeah, absolutely, Garrett. Yesterday was a tough start to the season for the Panthers. They started off with 3 forfeit wins as Campbell forfeited their season, so they started off 3-0, and then you come into this non-conference tilt against Maryland. 2 very close games, ones in which High Point led in both games, but unable to get the job done yesterday, losing in extras in the second game and then blowing a 2-0 lead in the first. Final score is 5-3 and then 6-5 through 8 innings in the 2 games yesterday. But you talked about it. Turning to Robinette on the mound today, this Maryland team not quite as deep as the High Point squad. So we'll see what happens here today. A very good opportunity for the Panthers to get win number 4 on the season.
The Panthers were off to a hot start last year, lost their first game, and then won the next 17 in regular season games. So this is unusual for the Panthers. They're not used to this.
Yeah, they're really not, but this is a very different team from last year. They lost a lot of seniors and bring in a lot of freshmen. It's a talented freshman squad. Nico Vasquez looked very good on the mound yesterday, and they had a lot of freshmen up and down the lineup. Brady Oswick, after moving to short from third in game 1, he had himself a day, and also moving over to third was Nagel, I believe. He had a great day in the field as well, a big RBI in game 1. So, we'll see what happens today. There's a lot of possibility, but this Panther squad is deep in their pitching, and that should help them out today.
Just about to get things underway here at Willard Stadium. Let's go over the Maryland starting lineup. As number 6, Marvin Cherry will lead off, followed by Jason Loft, Zach Alfonso, Jarrett Kreisel, Nils Townsend, Zach Shellman, Kyle Colgin, Gavin Benser, and Brett Sweeney.
Yeah, yesterday Kreisel was the monster at the plate. For the Terps, he had that home run in game 2. Solid contact every time he came up to the plate. He's going to be a player to watch today.
He's hitting 4th in that lineup for the Terps, as here's number 6, Marvin Cherry, leading things off for the Terps. Steps into the box, and Robinette takes his sign from the catcher. First pitch right down Broadway for strike 1. As that's one of the most important pitches in baseball is strike 1, to get ahead of the hitter early.
Always, always, especially the first batter you see of the day. Cherry had himself a day at the plate yesterday. Going to be important to attack him early here.
As Cherry fouls that ball off the end of the bat, nice off-speed pitch from Robinette. As quickly he's ahead 0-2. As again, putting away the leadoff hitter early is key. As here's the pitch. Hit right back in the middle, caught by Robinette. What a play. As Cherry got that off the end of the bat, but Robinette's reflexes right there. Pitchers are athletes, Graham.
They definitely are. And Robinette showed it off there. Didn't wait long into this one.
As that'll bring up Jason Loft, playing second base, number 1 for the Terps. First pitch in the dirt. Loft spits at that one. It's 1-0 early. And like you said, Graham, Panthers definitely have a deeper team, as looking at both dugouts, Terps seem a little light on players.
Yeah, only 5 bench spots, so that means that they're going to rely on their starter here today. Into the late stages of this game, you're going to have to get a good production out of your starter. Quality start going to be important.
It's key, as Robinette painted the outside corner with that. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Taken for strike 2. As Robinette works his second 2-strike count, 1-2 to Loft. That ball swung on, hit into deep left field. Going back is Cush, and he'll make the play.
Quick first couple of outs for Robinette. Good stuff.
So quick 2 outs here, like you said, Graham. But now you get to this part of the lineup that's pretty scary, and they were pretty scary yesterday.
Yeah, this is the heart of this lineup, and Alfonso being moved down to the 3 spot after hitting in the 2-hole yesterday. We'll see what his kind of production can do here.
It's the first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Robinette really likes that outside corner right there.
Yeah,
and
he's been living. He's been living on that outside corner.
And if the umpire's going to keep calling that, might as well. Here's a pitch from Robinette. Looking for that outside corner again, but can't hit it. It's 1-1.
And I like that strategy early in this ball game. Try to give these hitters pitches that are tough to drive and then force them to adjust later.
Has a cutter on the outside corner again. It's 1-2. As he also has to figure out the umpire, Graham, you got to start throwing, seeing where he's going to call. If he's going to call low strike, high strike, inside, and you're always going to want to take advantage of those calls. And his off-speed pitch in there, strike 3. Robinette, an off-speed pitch, backdoor slider right in the inside corners. That'll do it. Has no runs, no hits, and no errors for the Terps. Bottom half of the first inning here for the Panthers. After the Terps went 1-2-3, they're going to look to Sam Monser on the bump here today. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is wearing a bucket hat on the mound.
Yeah, you don't see this every day. He also wore it in right field yesterday. But hey, if you're going to wear it, the Maryland flag pattern, not a bad choice.
No, I think it looks pretty good. As you see the shot of him right there. As Quinn Dewitt will lead things off here for the Panthers, the center fielder from Charleston, South Carolina. First pitch is up and in for ball 1. As Sam Monster doing the opposite of what Bradley Robinette did in the first, throwing that first pitch strike. It's 1-0. And the 1-0 is taken for a strike. It's 1-1.
One thing I really liked that Robinette did in that first inning was he established the corners. He knows where he's going to get those calls later into this game.
And that's what we said, feeling out the umpire, feeling out where he's going to call. As Dewitt takes that one in the dirt, it's 2-1. As it's really important to just feel out the umpire, see what he's going to call, and then the pitchers take advantage of that. And here's the 2-1. Wasn't sure if he was going to swing a little low. And the count moved to 2-2.
In a 2-1 count, if you're DeWitt, that is not a pitch that you're going to want to swing at you. If you make contact, it's an easy ground out or a pop out. Good hold there.
Dewitt chops that one over to first. Schulman flips it over the pitcher, Monser, and he'll take it for the out. That's a 3-1 put out. As Dewitt just rolled over that one, rocking the classic no batting glove look.
Yeah, flesh on wood hitter. You don't see that too often these days, but it works for DeWitt. He had a fantastic season last year, batted over 500 and had 32 hits. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, this Panthers team was definitely impressive last year. Here's Daniel Savino, the junior outfielder. First pitch is taken on the outside corner for a strike as both pitchers starting to realize that home plate umpire is going to call that outside corner, and that's typically with a lot of umpires here at this level, calling that outside corner, and you're going to take advantage of that. You see Savino taking a little step in as the 1-0 is driven, 0-1 driven into right center field. That's going to get into the gap, and this is going to be extra bases. Savino rounds first, Barker in the outfield, relays it in. Savino's going to go for 3 here. It's going to be a triple, an 0-1 triple for Daniel Savino.
Yeah, good stuff for Savino. He lays off that outside pitch, forces the next pitch to come back in, and then ropes it in the gap. Good stuff.
A great piece of hitting from Savino. Ropes that into right center field. Nice play by Barker to relay it in quickly. As here's Oliver Kirsch, a dangerous hitter for the Panthers with an RBI opportunity early. There's the pitch, taken outside for ball 1.
And you mentioned going to that outside corner. The last time, that was the first time with Savino that we'd seen it for a left-handed batter. So interesting to establish that it's going to be called on both sides.
So that ball looks like it could be rolling fair. The catcher, Colger, will just push it foul. So that's a dangerous play right there. That could have been an RBI.
Could have, definitely could have. With the catcher running down the line like that, didn't look like Monster was on the same page. We mentioned it yesterday. He played right field. He might not know the same kind of short roller, slow roller, bunt coverages that you normally would. So it's a dangerous play there, even though it doesn't really look like it.
Cush in a 1-1 count has Savino at third. The pitch. Off-speed taken on the inside half of the plate for a strike. It moves to 1-2.
Goodness, what break on that pitch. That was absurd.
And we could see that all the way from up here. 1-2, runner on third. Here's the pitch. Taken up high. The count moves even to 2-2. Cush playing left field here for the Panthers. And a big RBI opportunity early.
And an RBI single yesterday in game 1 on a single up the middle.
And that pitch driven into left field. Savino tags, drifting back is Krejl, and he'll make the catch. And the Panthers will be on the board here early. It's 1-0 Panthers. A sac fly for Oliver Kirsch as Savino scores. And the Panthers are up 1-0. So I'll bring up Brady Oswick. The shortstop, like you mentioned, transitioned over to shortstop yesterday.
Yeah, that's good stuff on that sac fly from Cush. Just put the ball in play. Give your guy a chance. With only 1 out, a ball in play is most likely going to score a runner on third. Made solid contact. That's good baseball.
Exactly like you said, a good baseball is here's the pitch. It's fouled over to third base. As a nice play from one of the position players from Maryland. Throws it back to his pitcher. But Cush waited back on that off-speed pitch. I don't know if you saw that, Graham.
He did.
Monster threw him a curveball again because he took that one. But Cush read that. Here's the 1-0. 0-1, excuse me. Skied high into center field. Sweeney under it. And he'll make the catch. As that'll do it as the Panthers get 1 run on 1 hit. And no errors for the Terps. Welcome back here, top of the second inning. With Oliver Cush's sacrifice fly, the Panthers have now led in 3 straight games against the Terps.
Yeah, unable to hold on to the lead in either of those games yesterday. An extra innings loss. It was 4-4 going into the 8th. The Terps put up 2 in the 8th. High Point only able to scratch across 1. Tough losses yesterday, but good start to start the game.
And Kreisel drives that one deep into left field. Going back is Cush, and he'll make the play. A nice run and grab for Cush as Kreisel, a dangerous hitter, roped that one in left center field. I wish we had the track man on that to see how fast that was off the bat.
Yeah, he's been a monster all day, or all weekend at the plate, you should say. He had a home run yesterday, a couple of extra base hits as well. Just unreal stuff from the cleanup man.
Well, Kreisel swung at the first pitch. Now here's Townsend, the designated hitter. First pitch is taken on the outside half of the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. Again, Robinette taking advantage of that outside corner, as that's a tough pitch to hit if you're a hitter, especially in a righty-righty situation. And that ball is skied high into right field. Schmidt is under it, and he'll make the play. It's a quick 2 outs here for the Panthers.
Yeah, quick is the best word to describe it. Unreal stuff. 3 pitches, 2 outs through the middle of the order, too. This is a great inning so far for Robinette.
And we talked about how the pitchers need to be more effective and work in the counts, and that's exactly what you want if you're the Panthers from Robinette. So that'll bring up Zach Shellman, the first baseman. First pitch from Robinette is taken outside for ball 1. First ball he's thrown this inning through 3 quick strikes, 2 outs, as he'll have to face Shellman here. The 1-0. As he did go, I think it was going to be a called strike anyway, goes to 1-1.
Yeah, that pitch was close to the corner regardless, but he definitely went around as well.
As Shellman takes that one low, the count moves to 2-1. As the 2-1 is fouled off, the count moved to 2-2. Nice play by the third base coach. Count even 2-2. Robinette looking for his second strikeout here. Can he put it away? The pitch. Outside part of the plate, strike 3. His second strike 3 looking as Robinette walks off the mound with confidence. Bottom of the second here at Willard Stadium. The Panthers up 1-0 as I look to Drew Nagel here, the third baseman, to lead things off. The 5-hitter this morning for the Panthers as he steps into the box. As another effective inning from Bradley Robinette in the top half of the inning. As here's the pitch, is taken for a strike. Looked like Nagel was taking all the way right there. Has Monsters ahead 0-1 early. Off-speed pitch inside. Couldn't get that to drop into the strike zone. It's 1-1.
Yeah, as a righty pitcher facing a righty batter, that big looping breaking ball that comes inside out is a dangerous pitch to throw. You got to hit your spot there.
So that ball is popped up. Second baseman Loft going after it, same with the right fielder Barker. Loft calls for it, and he'll make the play shallow in the outfield as Nagel pops out to the second baseman Loft. As one out, here's Brent Rowe, the first baseman. Another right-handed hitter for the Panthers. There's that pitch taken on the inside corner for a strike. Another off-speed pitch from Monster.
Yeah, it's that same pitch that starts inside and then breaks back towards the plate. That's tough. It freezes you a lot.
That second pitch taken up and outside for a ball. Count moves to 1-1. Brent Rowe from Corolla, North Carolina. I actually have a beach house in Corolla, North Carolina, so it's...
The locals will tell you it's Corolla.
Corolla. I call it... Well, I'm from Jersey, New York area, so I call it Corolla, but...
It's a little close. Why wouldn't you name the town after a Toyota?
The count 1-2. What's the New Yorker to me? Calling it Corolla. As the 1-2. Off-speed pitch. Driven into left field. Good piece of hitting from Brent Rowe as he'll have a base hit as a line drive single into left field over the head of Alfonso and Cherry. As with one out, the Panthers will have a base runner.
Yeah, that was a fantastic piece of hitting there from Rowe. That pitch was inside. I don't know that it was even over the plate. And he just roped it, turned all the way on it. And then taking what he was given, sends it to left field, pulled it. Good stuff.
You know what he did there, Graham? He read the off-speed pitch early. He moved up in the box to drive that ball into left field. As here's the pitch fouled off to Brian Coleman, the designated hitter for the Panthers, as Monster has an 0-1 count on him early. As Panthers have another base runner.
Yeah, designated hitter is going to be kind of a revolving door for the Panthers this season. Coleman getting his first start at DH. Jake Savino got the start game 1 yesterday. So we'll see what happens and if anybody can establish themselves as this season goes along.
Monster tries to hit that outside corner but can't do it. It's 1-1. Rowe on first. Coleman up at the plate here. Count even the pitch. Taken low. That's a ball. It'll move to 2-1. Sam Monster checks. Rowe over at first. The pitch. Swung on, belted into center field. But right Adam Sweeney going under it, and he'll make the catch. There's 2 outs. As Coleman just got under that one, skied that a mile high to Sweeney in center. And a cloudy day here at Willard Stadium, so that's definitely hard to see the ball.
Oh, for sure. We saw a couple of outfield errors yesterday, so don't be surprised if the same thing comes back to bite either team so far and as this game goes along.
I mean, there is not a bit of sun in the sky. It is extremely cloudy, and with that white ball blends in, as here's Braden Tuttle, takes that one outside for a ball. As, like we mentioned, I mean, it's going to be tough to see those pop flies.
Yeah, no surprise. Same case yesterday, but these teams, they've been playing ball for a long time. If you're playing at this level, you should be used to it by now.
No matter what, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, absolutely, though. Nobody's immune.
As Tuttle takes that one for a strike, count even 1-1. Panthers looking to capitalize on the opportunity they have with Rowe on first. Here's the pitch in the dirt. As that hit the umpire there? I couldn't really tell.
Yeah, it was a great block by the catcher for the Terps behind the plate, able to keep that one from getting the backstop. Backstop was a storyline yesterday, and believe it or not, just a pass ball is easily an extra base, standing up.
A 100% big backstop here at Willard Stadium as Monster throws over to first, but nothing doing as Rowe slides back. As another thing about the sliding here at Willard Stadium, as it's a full turf field, and I don't know if you played on turf fields, Graham, but when you slide, you can go over the base, so you got to be really careful. It's that pitch taken for a strike again. Monster works an even count. It's 2-2. So 2-2, 2 outs. Monster on the mound, Rowe at first, Tuttle at the plate. The pitch called strike 3 in the outside corner. As the Panthers get no runs on 1 hit through 2. Top of the third inning, 7-8-9 here for the Maryland Terps, as they had not been able to figure out Bradley Robinette on the mound. 2 strikeouts for him.
And a big one to end that second inning. He's feeling himself now.
As he walked off the mound, had a nice little strut, almost like that Trevor Bauer or McGregor walk. As here's the delivery from Robinette. As an off-speed pitch just off the end of the bat. Kyle Colgin, the catcher, just able to get a piece of that as the count goes 0-1. As that's the first off-speed pitch he's thrown to a leadoff hitter this game. As for the third time this game, he's started the count 0-1 to the leadoff hitter. As that ball taken low and outside, it's 1-1. As the 1-1 taken on the outside corner, it's 1-2.
Man, when you can paint the corners like Robinette has done so far today, that is a massive asset for your team.
Wouldn't be surprised if he tries to hit that spot again, as here is the 1-2. As that's fouled off to the right side behind the Panthers dugout. And the count will stay at 1-2.
I'm going to be honest, I'm a bit surprised that he didn't try to get the batter to chase a little bit farther outside on that pitch. He's been living on the outside corner. In a 1-2 count, it's the perfect opportunity to go even farther outside.
The 1-2. Off-speed pitch up and in. As Colgin had to move out of the way of that one. As the count even once again, 2-2. Here's the pitch from Robinette. Swung on a miss, caught by the catcher Tuttle. As Colgin got a piece of that, that's his 3rd strikeout of the night. Afternoon. So for the 3rd time, he retires the leadoff hitter. As one out, that'll bring up Gavin Barker, the right fielder for the Terps. As he fouls the first pitch he sees back. As the count is 0-1. As Graham, I've had a few scary situations up here in the broadcast booth. I'm not going to lie.
They could not stop talking about it yesterday. Danny and Charles were just continually riffing on the fact that there is not much protective netting back here in the press box. It is an adrenaline rush for sure.
Oh, no, it really is. I did a game with Harris, who's now the assistant coach for the Panthers. And you see this right here, Graham? See that chip wood right there?
Danny was talking about it yesterday,
there it
too.
is.
Oh, my gosh.
I lived that, Graham. The 0-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Yet another strikeout from Robinette. That's his 4th. As 2 back-to-back swinging strikeouts. And 2 quick outs here in the top of the 3rd, as that brings up the 9-hitter Brett Sweeney, the center fielder. And the first pitch he sees, he's a tad early on and just fouls that off to the left side. It's 0-1. Maryland 2-0 on the weekend, won both games of the doubleheader yesterday.
Yeah, High Point had a chance to draw the series even with an extra innings walk-off in Game 2, but couldn't pull it out.
As home plate umpire says Sweeney went around, it's 0-2.
Very efficient work so far for Robinette. Not quite the 30 pitches. This will be number 30.
The 0-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Sweeney early on the off-speed pitch, and Robinette rocks him like a baby. He strikes out the side, 3 swinging strikes, no runs, no hits, and no errors for the Panthers. Bottom of the third inning here at Willard Stadium. Brad Schmidt steps into the box, right fielder for the Panthers, has Robinette striking out the side in the top half of the third inning. Looked great on the mound as Schmidt takes that one for a strike.
Like to see a little bit of ambush tactics for the Panthers here. They sometimes the first pitch you see is going to be the best one you get.
Well, different leadoff hitters have different tactics, as I'm sure Schmidt went up to the plate thinking he was just going to take the first strike he sees and maybe work the count here, especially as the 9-hitter, as the 1-1. Taken low and outside. The count moves to 2-1. Panthers have 1 run on 2 hits thanks to a sacrifice fly from Oliver Cush back in the first inning, as he drove in Daniel Savino with an early triple as he fouls that one off his foot, as the count even 2-2.
Glad to see he's okay there. Sometimes fouling it off your foot can be a really scary situation.
Yeah, it's not fun, Grim. 2-2. As he chops the one over to first, it'll be a foul ball as Schulman was able to glove that one at first, but nothing doing. The count stays at 2-2. Quinn Dewitt, the left-handed hitter, on deck, followed by Daniel Savino. 9-1-2 for the Panthers here in the bottom of the third. A nice pause from Monster in the dirt, as you see him give a nice chuckle there as he was trying something different, trying to throw off Schmidt.
Hey, sometimes that'll work. Sometimes the bit of hesitation will throw off the timing, but it was worth a shot.
Looked like Nestor Cortez on the mound. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Swung on, belted into right field, but foul, as it almost hit whoever that was in the bullpen. That was awfully close. I think he was trying to pretend he was going to catch it. That was really close.
Elijah Lakeman was out there doing his best impersonation of a center fielder, but that one was roped.
Schmidt was ahead of the changeup. The count 3-2 again. Off-speed pitch on the outside corner of the plate. Beautiful off-speed pitch from Monser. Schmidt does not like that one as he shakes his head coming back to the dugout, but a beautiful off-speed pitch from Monser. So that's his second strikeout of the morning.
Yeah, just a disgusting pitch. To a left-handed batter, it starts on the outside, works its way all the way in just to catch enough of the zone to get the call.
You know, and personally, when you're facing the 9-hitter, and you are the 9-hitter, I'm not expecting a 3-2 curveball, but beautifully done. Especially with the top of the order coming up, that's a dangerous pitch. As Dewitt takes an early ball, the 1-0 pitch, as he swings that one and fouls that one off to the left side, pulled out a little bit. And that just went off the end of the bat, counts 1-1. Dewitt grounded out to the first baseman who threw it over the pitcher Monster back in the first inning. To 1-1, swings and hits that one up the middle. Cherry making a nice play, throws it over to first, but it's dropped by the first baseman. Schulman pretty sure Dewitt would have beat that out anyway, and that should go as an infield single in the book.
Yeah, good stuff, good speed from Dewitt. That's what he brings to this team. That's what he's known for. He showed it off yesterday, and it's still in display here today. And a one-out base runner with the 2-3-4 coming up potentially, that's a big infield base hit.
Well, nice play by Cherry, the shortstop, able to range over to his left and make that throw. Just, I think Dewitt would have beat that out anyway, it looked like.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I thought that one was going to get through the hole, too.
As with Dewitt on first, that brings up Daniel Savino. Hit that triple back in the first inning and came around to score thanks to Oliver Cush's RBI sacrifice flies. Takes someone up and outside for a ball. Savino playing second base for the Panthers. The junior, as he takes off here, the throw into second base, not in time, a stolen base for Dewitt. So that's his first of the morning, and now the Panthers have a runner in scoring position here. Dewitt on second, Savino at the plate. Here's the pitch from Monster. Off-speed pitch chopped over to the first baseman, and he'll touch that one foul. Savino just got a piece of that one, as early on that off-speed pitch just got that one off the end of the bat. So the count's 1-2 here.
Savino's a big guy in this order for the Panthers with a runner in scoring position. Time for him to come through.
Savino from Mendham, New Jersey, went to Seton Hall Prep. Here's the 1-2. Swings and lines that one into center field. Sweeney moving in, and he'll make the catch. Do it, pretends to tag up. But obviously, when Sweeney's momentum is coming in, you're not going to tag up there. As 2 outs, that brings up the dangerous hitter in Oliver Cush. Rope to sacrifice fly into left field.
Yeah, this time with 2 outs, a sac fly is not going to cut it. You got to get something through a hole, preferably in the gap, if you want to bring in a run here.
As Cush roped that one into left center field back in the first. As I could have predicted that, Monster's going to start him off with an off-speed pitch.
Yeah, my goodness, that curveball has been working for Monster all day long.
And especially with seeing this part of the lineup again, you want to start mixing in more off-speed pitches, especially to the 2, 3, 4 hitters. As here's the 0-1 inside part of the strike zone. It's 0-2.
Yeah, quickly 0-2, and that inside corner, haven't seen that one get painted a whole lot so far today, but Monster's taking advantage of it here.
Well, you don't want to leave one out over the plate to Cush. So here's the 0-2. Fastball on the outside corner of the plate, taken outside for a ball. Count moves to 1-2. As if I'm Cush, I probably would have expected an off-speed pitch right there.
Right, going fastball, pretty solid idea, but unable to find the mark.
No dangerous here. You don't know what he's going to throw. The 1-2 pitch, a curveball, almost hit back to us.
It wasn't that close.
It wasn't that close. Got to over-exaggerate.
We got too many cameras here for us to be able to pull that one off.
Count stays at 1-2. Monster looking to get out of this inning with the Panthers having a runner in scoring position. The pitch up and in. The count moves even to 2-2. Monster trying to work inside again to Cush. Again, a dangerous hitter up at the plate. As Monster takes his pitch. And it's taken on the outside part of the plate. Strike 3. As Monster gets his 3rd strikeout of the morning. Panthers get no runs on 1 hit. Robinette out for his 4th inning of work. 5 strikeouts on the morning for him. But he'll face a different hitter as the top of the order back up for the Terps as Donnie Mestes will pinch hit from Marvin Cherry, the shortstop. As right-handed hitter steps into the box, and here is the pitch. Starts him off with a curveball in the dirt. And the count goes to 1-0.
And of course, Robinette has been very good so far, but the thing that sticks out most to me is his efficiency. 30 pitches through 3 innings is just unreal stuff.
And that's what you want out of your starting pitcher. As Mestes checks his swing, but it's called strike anyway. Count goes to 1-1. As the biggest thing from Robinette is throwing consistent strikes, and that's what he's done all morning. As that pitch taken low and outside, looking to hit that outer half of the plate. Count goes to 2-1. As Marvin Cherry, who led off for this Terps team, lined out to Robinette. Back in the first inning, here's the pitch. Off speed, outside part of the plate again, and the count goes to 2-2.
Yeah, and second time through the lineup for both of these teams. Now, you got to know the strike zone at this point. This is your second time up. You know that the ump's calling both corners pretty generously to the pitcher.
As that ball ground over to the second baseman, Savino takes a step over to his left and tosses it over to the first baseman, Rowe, for the out. A nice 4-3 put out there as Mestes is retired. 1 out here in the 4th. That's Jason Loft. The 2-hitter here for the Terps comes up to the plate. Flew out to the left fielder last inning. Excuse me, not last inning, the first inning. As he comes back up here to face Robinette for the second time, the pitch swung on, hit into foul territory, but out of play.
Something that also sticks out to me about Robinette so far is that when you think back to all the different at-bats that he's had against him so far, only one guy has really had solid contact against him, and that's Kreisel.
Kreisel, dangerous hitter, the 4-hitter for the Terps, as here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Oswick takes a step and throws over to first for the out. Nice play. Has 2 ground ball outs for the Panthers as Robinette working efficient here again in the 4th inning. A nice 6-3 put out there.
Yeah, Brady Oswick started at third yesterday, made a couple of errors in that first game, and it really came back to bite the Panthers. Moves over to shortstop, where is his natural position, was all state at shortstop in high school, and he showed it off there. That's a tough play ranging up the middle.
Nice play, especially on this turf. As he checks his swing, does he go? Yes, says the home plate umpire. Count goes to 0-1. As like I was just saying, the ball does not slow down on the turf. It keeps its speed, but the thing is you're not going to get any bad bounces here on the turf.
Oof.
As Robinette throws an off-speed pitch, count goes to 0-2.
Fantastic pitch. Just froze the batter.
Alfonso was not expecting that. 0-2, looking for his 6th strikeout the pitch.
Not a bad idea there to go down and away, 0-2 count. You got the guy in the 3 spot. He knows that the cleanup man is on deck. He's going to try to get a ball in play. Good pitch there.
Well, he had a pitch to waste right there as, again, wastes another. The count goes to 2-2, still 2 strikes.
So now you're in a bit tougher situation. You got to throw something closer to the plate, not necessarily over the plate quite yet, but...
Well, he just threw 2 pitches outside. Wonder if he'll go back inside. That's where the catcher's going to set up. Here's the pitch. Has a nice pitch right there. Just fouled off the plate by Alfonso, staying alive, protecting the zone. As like I said, Graham, he was going to go inside there after throwing 2 pitches outside. As will he go back to the off-speed here? Here's the pitch. Fastball grounded up the middle. Oswick ranging over to his left, throws it over on the run to Rowe for the out. 3 ground ball outs, another 6-3 put out for Oswick. Has no runs on no hits here in the 4th for the Terps. Back here at Willard Stadium here for the bottom half of the fourth inning, 1-0 Panthers as Brady Oswick steps into the box as he fouls the first pitch back. It's 0-1. It's a pitcher's duel here in High Point, North Carolina, as it's only 1-0 through the halfway through the fourth inning.
Yeah, the lone RBI so far, a sac fly to left from Oliver Cush. Scored Dan Savino, did a great job, roped one into the right center gap for a triple his first time up in the first inning, and since then it's been all pitching.
4-5-6 here for the Panthers in the fourth as Oswick takes that one up and out of the zone. It goes to 1-1. Sponsor takes his sign. Here's the pitch. Off speed outside. 2-1. As again, when you're facing the middle part of the lineup again, you're going to want to mix in more curveballs if you're the pitcher, more off-speed pitches just to throw the hitter off as the 2-1. Taken on the outside corner for a strike. Oswick doesn't like that one as he looks back at the home plate umpire as the count goes to 2-2. Oswick flew out to center field back in the first. Here's the pitch. Grounds the one over to shortstop. Mestis just under his glove as he was expecting a bigger bounce from that ball, as that'll go down as an E6 in the book as Oswick is aboard here.
Yeah, you talked about it. This turf, if you're not used to it, balls will jump up on you. It's unique in that you don't really get any odd hops, but for guys that have only played on grass and dirt their entire lives, they're kind of expecting a bad hop every now and then, and that one just getting under the glove, got to keep it in the dirt. That's
right. The turf is definitely different with a runner on here as Drew Nagel steps up to the plate, takes a strike on the outside half of the plate. It's 0-1.
Got to get something going here. Get this runner into scoring position.
Panthers have had a base runner every inning so far this game, as the count is 1-1 here to Nagel. Nagel popped out to the second baseman, Loft back in the second inning. As Monster takes a look over at Oswick at first base, but nothing doing. As he slides back safely as Monster takes his sign and the pitch. Swung on, chopped foul. As Nagel was ready for that pitch right there, just a tad early on it. As a 1-2 count here for Nagel. Has to protect here with a runner on and no outs. Here's the pitch from Monster. Swings and grounds one over to third baseman Alfonso. Throws over to first. Was it a foul ball?
I'm not seeing any signal from the umpires yet. I don't think they know what's up.
As
home plate umpire and the infield umpire are looking at each other like, what's going on here?
As the field umpire just called him out.
Wow.
That'll go as a 5-3 putout. It's a nice play from Alfonso.
That is
to I guess throw Nagel out, but he didn't even run.
No, he never left the box. He thought he fouled it off immediately.
You know, the way it to me up here, it looked like it was just a chopped ground ball over to the third baseman, but I guess not.
But, hey, if you're the Panthers, you'll take it. You got a runner in scoring position now somehow.
I was just about to say that's a baseball play. Now you got a runner in scoring position with one out. A single scores Oswick at second base. And it's one out here for Brent Rowe. Takes that one low for a ball.
60 pitches now for Monzer and no action in the bullpen yet.
As Rowe takes that one for a strike. Second baseman Loft playing close to the bag. Trying to hold that runner on as Oswick takes off. The throw from Colger not in time as Oswick steals third base. A huge stolen base for the Panthers. As now the Panthers have a runner at third base with one out here. A fly ball will score. That's a smart play from the Panthers trying to steal third.
And they get lucky there. You take the pitch. It's a ball. So now you got a hitter's count.
The 2-1. Taken for a strike. It goes to 2-2 as the Terps have the corners infield playing back. Excuse me, not infield. Second baseman and shortstop playing on the dirt. The corner's in on the grass. Here's the 2-2 outside. Nice block from the catcher, Colger. Count goes to 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. There's a big pitch coming up here. As if you were to walk him, that would set up the double play. The pitch. Oh! Called strike 3 in the outside part of the plate. I could have sworn that was ball 4 right there. And so did Brent Rowe as he took a step over like he was going to run over to first. As it's 2 outs here. That's Monster's 4th strikeout. Brent Rowe goes down. Goes down looking here in the 4th as Panthers, with a runner in scoring position, have 1 more out to try and capitalize with Oswick over at third base.
Something to keep in mind here, Coleman's a guy that can hit for power. He had 2 bombs last season, 2 home runs, and can drive one.
His first pitch early on that takes off the end of the bat, and Monster will throw it over to the first baseman as it'll be no runs on no hits and 1 error here in the 4th. Welcome back to Willard Stadium here. 4-5-6 coming up for the Terps, and a dangerous hitter leading off the inning. And Jarrett Kreisel, left fielder for the Terps, flew out to left field in the 2nd inning as he roped that ball.
Yeah, he really did, but good positioning in the outfield, able to make the play. And the story so far in this game has been Robinette. I mean, he's just been unreal. There's no other word to say.
5 strikeouts on the morning for him. Here's the first pitch to Kreisel inside part of the strike zone, and he's ahead early 0-1. As especially with the dangerous hitter at the plate, you got to mix up your pitches, as one swing of the bat could tie the game. The 0-1 bounces that one outside, just gripped that fastball too hard there.
Same location as that strike 3 call on Rowe from the last half inning, but didn't get the call on that one.
Graham, I think the strike 3 goes just a little bit more outside, but
maybe.
Just joking there. The 1-1 swung on, belted deep to left field. Going back is Cush, and he'll make the catch. Another long fly ball out for Kreisel.
Yeah, every time that he hits the ball, it is going a long way, but he just got under that one, fortunately for Robinette, and it's out number 1.
Barreled that ball up. That's 2 barrels there for Kreisel. That brings up Nils Townsend, the designated hitter for the Terps, as he swings and fouls that one back to the right side. 0-1. Another first strike pitch from Robinette.
He's been pounding the zone early in every inning.
As that ball swung on and hit to shallow right field. Schmidt is under it and will make the catch. 2 quick outs here. Robinette working efficiently through the 5th inning. That's 2 fly ball outs. Had 3 ground ball outs last inning, now 2 fly ball outs this inning. Or I guess that could have been a pop-up, but the right fielder caught it. As here's Shellman, the first baseman for the Terps. Struck out looking his last at-bat. Here's the first pitch from Robinette. Off speed in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch right there, right down Broadway. Svam Shellman, the 6 hitter. I'm really not expecting an off-speed pitch early, but facing him for the second time, want to mix up your looks. As here's the pitch. Fastball low for a ball. Here's the 1-1. Driven into center field. Going over is Dewitt, using that speed, and he'll make the catch. Nice play from Dewitt as 3 fly ball outs for Bradley Robinette. No runs on no hits and no errors for the Terps. (8-9-1) here coming up for the Panthers in the bottom of the 5th inning. Monster still on the mound. Has allowed 3 hits and 1 run and 1 error here. As pitching efficiently for the Terps. As the first pitch is fouled off home plate towards the third base side. As Braden Tuttle fouls the first pitch he sees. As the count will go to 0-1. Second pitch he sees, he pops that up to the second baseman, Loft. Loft under it and will make the catch.
It's now 70 pitches so far for the Terps starter, and again, no action in the bullpen. Now then again, yesterday, when they went to the bullpen, there wasn't a whole lot of action necessarily leading up to the pitching switch, so we might see that again today.
That's Nolan Beatty now at second base for the Terps. As here's Brad Schmidt, as I talked to assistant coach Harris Eisenberg before the game, and he said that Schmidt's a guy who we always look to off the bench, as he really fills in nicely to the injury-plagued Panthers. As he ropes that one into right field, down the line, that's going to be extra bases. Schmidt rounds first, and he'll take second easily, possibly going 3. Third base coach will hold him up there. A 1-out double for Brad Schmidt as he roped that ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Just turned on it, took it where it was given to him, and down the line. And now you have a runner in scoring position for DeWitt. And you know that he can hit for average, so it could very easily end up being a situation where you've got a guy 90 feet from scoring with your heart of the order.
And like you said, here's Dewitt. He's 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Squares to bunt, as that's a beautiful bunt. Monster takes a step over, and he will beat it out.
And that is something that you're going to see a lot from DeWitt this season. Just unreal speed. He is going to bunt for base hits over and over again.
As they're going to send...
Oh, what's the deal here?
They're going to send Schmidt back over to second base. Did he step on home plate? I think he did. I think Dewitt stepped on home plate, and that's why they're going to call him out there.
My gosh, that is a tough break.
As head coach Todd Murphy comes out of the dugout to argue that call. It's been a tough called game if you're on the Panthers side of things. As last thing, we had a couple questionable strike 3 calls. And in a close game like this, need any base runners you can get. As I was going to say before that at bat, I wouldn't be surprised with his speed if he bunts with 1 out.
Yeah, first and third with 1 out, very different from second base with 2 outs. Even though you've got Savino at the plate, he's already got a triple so far today, but very different situational baseball here. And Coach Murphy is not happy.
Well, the Panthers do still have a runner in scoring position, as here's Daniel Savino, who hit a triple back in the first inning and flew out to center field in the third. As here's a pitch from Monster. Takes that one low. It's just unfortunate for the Panthers, as that would have put runners on the corners with only 1 out. And with the heart of the lineup coming up, that's not what you want. Here's the pitch, as he chops that one foul towards the first base side. Count goes to 1-1.
There you get a good look at Savino, and he's one of the staples on this High Point roster. Just an unreal season last year. His brother on the team as well. Savino had 23 hits, batted .343 last season.
As here's the pitch, as he fights that one off foul. Now it's a 1-2 count. Second time this morning that he's going to work a 2-strike count. Last time he was up the plate, he flew out to center field. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and belted into right field. Going back is Barker. He will not get there. It's down the line for an extra base hit. Schmidt will score easily. And Savino's going to go for 3. The relay in, not in time. It's an RBI triple for Daniel Savino. Ropes that one into right field down the line. And the Panthers are up 2-0 here.
Yeah, and at a point you feel like the ball's been taken out of your hands, but all you can do is just do your stuff. And Savino, for the second time today, a triple. Legs it all the way out. His second massive hit of the day.
And here's Cush up at the plate. As Monster bounces that, here comes Savino, and he's going to score on a wild pitch. As Monster bounced that ball, that's a mistake right there. Colger are unable to block it, and the Panthers are now up 3-0. A huge mistake right there, as that's Savino's 3rd run of the game. Excuse me, 2nd run.
And an RBI to boot. Just fantastic game so far for Savino.
2 triples, an RBI, and 2 runs.
Not a bad day.
The 1-0. Swung on and missed, as it'll be 1-1.
And we talked about it earlier. This backstop, just super deep.
Yeah, before the game, we were talking about how it's going to be a presence here. As last games, it was a presence. Here's the 1-1, swung on and missed again. It's 1-2.
This next pitch will be number 80 for Monza. Got to think they switch going to the 6th.
Just about to say that is a nice piece of hitting from Cush as he drives that one into right field. The fastball off the outside corner of the plate. And Cush waits on that one and drives it into right field. An opposite field hit. That's Cush's 1st of the morning. Let's bring up Brady Oswick. Reach on an error his last time up in the 4th inning.
And we're going to have a mound visit here. This might be a switch. It might not. Just try to calm him down with 2 outs, but Panthers got a rally going.
Yes, they do. They scored on a pass ball thanks to Daniel Savino's base running, and also thanks to Daniel Savino, an RBI triple. That's his second of the morning.
Whole infield coming in here, so that tells me that it's not going to be a pitching change. And we talked about it earlier, too. This Maryland team, not super deep. You may see a guy that is in the field come to the mound.
No action in the Terps bullpen as they're going to leave Montserrat, as like you said, I'd assume this is going to be his last inning of work. Upwards of 80 pitches, or about to be this at bat, as he off to face Brady Oswick, flew out to center and reached on an error in the fourth. Oswick has some speed, stole third back in the fourth inning. Cush on first, here's the pitch. Swung on down the line, foul. As that was an inch from being an extra base hit. As baseball is a game of inches. Looks like we're going to have action in the Terps bullpen.
Yep, Sean Foreman heading out there to get some work in the lefty arm.
Monster ahead 0-1. Looking to get out of this jam he's gotten himself into here. 3 runs for the Panthers. As that ball skied into center field, that is dangerous. Beatty will drift back and make the catch, as that'll do it. As 2 runs on 3 hits, and no errors. Top of the 6th inning here as Robinette back out for his 6th inning of work. 5 strikeouts on the morning for him, as he's been excellent on the mound here this morning.
Yeah, just unreal stuff for Robinette. The freshman in his first collegiate start, just showing no semblance of nerves from start to finish so far.
The freshman making a big impact here for this young Panthers team, as the first pitch is an off-speed pitch, fouled off towards the right side behind the Panthers dugout. As I'm going to say it again, Robinette, the best thing he's done all morning is get strike 1. Obviously, he's been able to put away hitters. As the next pitch is fouled off again towards the right side. It's 0-2. Robinette ahead 0-2 to Kyle Colder. Struck out his last at-bat, the pitch. Swung on, grounded over to short. Oswick, nice diving stop, and he'll have no plays. That's an infield single, and that is the first hit of the morning for the Terps. As Robinette went through 5 innings without allowing a hit, and the first hit he lets up is to Kyle Colger.
Yeah, and despite that, just still an unreal outing so far for Robinette, and some action in the pen. Semler, Dieterich up for the Panthers, getting loose.
As here's the first pitch, is an off-speed pitch taken up in the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. As although the no-hitter's gone, just a beautiful, beautiful game for Robinette.
That definitely goes down in the quality start category.
100% as the next pitch is taken up and outside. The hitter's count here to Gavin Barker. It's 2-0.
Now, the one thing you got to keep an eye on here is High Point had a tough time yesterday holding on to leads late in both of those games. You wonder if what is the managerial decision going to look like here? Do you leave Robinette in?
As the pickoff attempt over to first base, is Colger able to get back in time? Still a hitter's count 2-0.
Do you leave him in, or do you turn to your bullpen early? Is the question.
I mean, the 7, 8, 9 guys he's thrown to, he's struck out. So I'd leave him in right here and see what happens, as here's the 2-0.
It's a great spot. Fantastic spot there for Robinette. Just unreal stuff. Painting the corners all day long.
And that's what you want to throw to your 7, 8, 9 hitters. Get ahead of them. As you got the 1, 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up shortly, and they are dangerous hitters. As here's the 2-1. Grounder over to second base. It could be 2, 4, 6, 3 double play. Robinette pumping his fists as his team able to get a double play, as Savino to Oswick over to Rowe for the 4-6-3 double play.
Yeah, that is how you get out of a jam for sure. It looked like the Terps might be able to get something going, leadoff man aboard, but Robinette, we haven't had to see him work with runners on base all day long. First opportunity, gets a ground ball double play.
And I'm sure mentally he was a little upset that he lost a no-hitter, but regardless, he's able to get out of that jam with that base runner on, as the first pitch he throws to Brett Sweeney, taken outside for a ball. Sweeney struck out swinging, same with the 7, 8, 9 hitters back in the third. As here's the pitch, checks his swing, he did go, says the home plate umpire. It's 1-1. As if I remember correctly, Brett Sweeney had a couple ugly swings up at the plate the last time he was up.
Yeah, a couple nasty strikeouts in that third inning for Robinette.
As Robinette slips off the mound there, count goes to 2-1.
Gotta think those will be on the Instagram later for Robinette.
I'm sure. Here's the 2-1. Whew. Off-speed pitch taken right down the middle, as that's just a nice pitch right there, especially to a righty-righty matchup, as that's a difficult pitch to hit if you're Brett Sweeney. The 2-2 taken outside.
That's a good miss there. Tuthill set up outside, but missing even further outside. You still might get him to chase. Not a bad spot. You don't want to leave that over the plate at all costs.
Brett Sweeney with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Robinette, his 6th strikeout of the morning, as he allowed his first hit of the game, but regardless, gets the strikeout, gets the double play, as no runs on 1 hit and no errors for the Terps. Well, Sam Monster out of the game now as Sean Foreman comes in to pitch for the Terps, the left-handed pitcher. As Sam Monster went 5 innings, 3 runs, 4 strikeouts on 6 hits. As the Terps will look to Sean Foreman to limit the damage here, as they'll have 3 more outs to try and tie up this game. Panthers up 3-0 with Drew Nagel coming to the plate. The third baseman has popped up to the second baseman and grounded to the third baseman, looking for his first hit of the morning. Here's the pitch. That ball's in the dirt, nice, blocked by the catcher, Colger.
Yeah, that's an ugly first pitch from Foreman. You gotta, when you have that arm motion where you're coming straight down, you gotta make sure that your release point is consistent, and he just spiked that one.
The 1-0. Spikes his second pitch, as it looks like he's not really used to the mound. As this mound here at Willard Stadium is all turf, as some of the turf fields I've seen sometimes have dirt, mounds, and batter boxes. As not here at Willard, it's all turf. Hitters count here for Nagel, 2-0, the pitch. Outside, 3-0. I feel like this is the first 3-0 count we've had all game.
All game for either side. Both Monser and Robinette have been fantastic at staying in counts.
And here's the 3-0. And I'll take that one for a strike, as he was taken all the way right there. Nagel throws his first strike of the morning, and in his first inning of, or first batter of relief, I should say. Brent Rowe on deck. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 4. The Panthers will have a base runner here early. His first walk of the morning.
For either side.
That's right. As Nagel takes first base, as he'll take a free base right there, as here is Brent Rowe.
And Cole Mitchell is on deck in the DH spot where Brian Coleman had started the game.
Here's the first pitch from Foreman, taken for a strike, as he gets ahead of Rowe early, 0-1. Rowe had a single back in the second inning and struck out looking in the fourth. Panthers are going to add their lead, 3-0. Here's the pitch. Again on that outside corner, it's 0-2 here.
Nice bounce back at bat for Foreman on the mound.
I was just about to say Foreman was behind 3-0, now ahead 0-2. Here's the pitch, Nagel on first. Taken outside, looking to paint that outside corner. I like that pitch right there.
I really did too.
Don't play umpire's going to call that all game. Might as well just keep throwing it. The 1-2. Taken low, the count goes to even 2-2.
Good discipline from Rowe not to chase.
With a lefty on the mound, I'm sure Nagel is not taking as big of a lead, as we haven't seen the pickoff move yet. Slow start. Here's the pitch to Foreman. Bounces that. As looks like Nagel's going to take second base with ease. As the count goes to 3-2, as he really bounced that one.
Yeah, that one was not pretty to say the least. And for the Terps, you got to hope that Foreman finds his stride here soon before this game gets out of hand. You want, going into the 7th, you want this Panther lead to be as small as possible.
Now runner in scoring position, no outs here. The 3-2 pitch to Nagel. And that's going to be ball 4, excuse me. That was Rowe, as back-to-back walks here for Foreman. There's runners on first and second. And here is the pinch hitter, Cole Mitchell. Pinch hitting for Brian Coleman at DH. Cole Mitchell from Davidson, North Carolina, went to Davidson Day High School.
Jerron Richmond up in the bullpen for the Terps.
As that's off Colger's glove, as both runners will advance. It's now 2 runners in scoring position as 2 pass balls for the Terps, as that one just tipped off Colger's glove right there, as Foreman unable to hit a spot. Count 1-0.
Yeah, this is a massive spot for Mitchell. You come into the game and right away, first ball you see, you get ahead in the count and you get 2 runners in scoring position. Got to make something happen here.
The 1-0. up high. It's taken. The count goes to 2-0. Hitters count here from Mitchell. Corners in for the Terps, as middle infield will stay back, as I'm not sure why they wouldn't just put the infield up or maybe to hold on that runner at second base. Here's the pitch, taken low, as Nagel looks like he wanted to take home right there. Took an extra step. Count goes to 3-0, as I'm sure he'll be taken all the way right here.
Yeah, it's a great hold there on 2-0, a pitch down low. It's very easy, given the situation, to get antsy, want to drive a ball, but that one's not something you're going to get solid contact on. Good hold there, now you got the 3-0.
Here's the pitch. That's the first strike he's thrown to Mitchell. It's 3-1, as it's still a hitter's count here. As the sun was starting to peek through the clouds here.
No luck.
But the clouds have reclaimed its territory. Here's the 3-1. As that ball driven into left field, it'll drop for a base hit. Nagel scores an RBI single for Cole Mitchell, as he drops that one into left field.
3-1, that's exactly what you want to do with that baseball. Just take it where it's given to you. That's something that the Panthers have done a great job so far today. If a ball's outside, they're pushing it the other way. If it's inside, they're pulling it.
And walks will definitely kill you, as it goes to show right there. Those 2 walks have allowed a run, now a runner on third, with Brendan Tuttle up at the plate. As the score is now 4-0 Panthers, runners on the corners.
Yeah, and that's going to do it for Foreman. Only 16 pitches.
Well, Foreman allowed 1 hit, 2 walks, and 1 run, no strikeouts for his morning, as they're going to look to get out of this jam right here. Looks like number 27, Jaron Richmond, will come to the mound. Try and limit the damage for the Terps, as they have 3 more outs to try and come back in this game. Brandon Tuttle comes up to the plate for the Panthers to face the new pitcher in Jaron Richmond. Sean Foreman couldn't even get an out, as no outs here for the Panthers, as they have a runner at third and first, runners on the corners. The pitch. Ground ball over to second base. Beatty to this shortstop Cherry. Over to first, it's a double play.
But you score the run.
4-6-3 double play. But regardless, excuse me, that was Mestis at shortstop. As efficient work from Richmond, although the run scored, that earned run will go to Sean Foreman. But
hey, that's the best case scenario, honestly. You get 2 quick outs. The run's going to score regardless. Runners on the corners, no outs. There's not too much you can do. Obviously, you'd like to strike out the side, but might be asking a bit much.
Well, 2 outs here. That'll bring up Brad Schmidt. He hit a double his last at bat as he takes another strike at 0-2. Richmond working efficiently here. The pitch. Outside part of the plate. It's 1-2.
I thought that first pitch had been a ball, but they called it a strike. And a good defensive swing there, so now 2 strikes regardless.
Yeah, I thought it was a ball too, but I looked up to mark it as a ball in the scorebook, and then I looked up, and the umpire gave the fist for a strike, and I was like, wait, but Coulter dropped it. Well, here's the 2-2. Outside part of the plate, 3-2 now. Panthers are up 5-0 now. Looking to avoid the sweep if they can hold on to this game. Here's the pitch. Inside. Excuse me, that was a 2-2 pitch. Now it's 3-2. See, I told you I marked it as a ball at first.
Yeah, that's absurd. I saw the same thing you did. Coulter had dropped it.
Here's the pitch. That ball popped up into shallow left field. Mestis going after it, drifts over, and will make the catch. As the Panthers increase their lead, adding 2 runs here, it's 5-0 through 6. Bradley Robinette out for his 7th inning of work, and what an outing he has had so far, Graham.
Oh, yeah, to say the least. I mean, he's kept the Terps off the scoreboard so far, and he's been just unreal. Didn't allow a hit until just last inning. 5 hitless innings for the Terrapins, and, I mean, you couldn't ask for more from the freshman in his first outing.
Definitely make an impression here as the first pitch to Mestis is taken for a strike. Nice off-speed pitch.
And there are 2 things that stick out to me the most about Robinette's game so far. 1, he's been pounding the strike zone early and getting ahead in counts. 2, he's been unbelievably efficient. He's worked through every single inning in quick order, and now in the last inning for High Point, he hasn't even hit 70 pitches yet.
67 pitches on the morning for him. Here's the 1-1. Off-speed pitch. It'll hit Mestis as he was unable to snap that ball down as a base runner here for the Terps. Robinette has a lead to work with the Panthers up by 5. But Mestis will take his free base over onto first base as that'll bring up BD, number 20, for his first at-bat. Took Jason Loft's spot at second base. Here's the pitch. Taken on the outside part of the plate for a strike. It's again Robinette working very efficient here, getting that strike one. This is about to be his 70th pitch of the game. As pickoff move over to first base, Mestis gets back safely, doesn't even slide. As Robinette 7 strikeouts on the morning. Keeping Mestis close, takes another look over to first base. And here's the pitch. Slide step, swung on a miss. Ugly swing from Beatty up the plate. The count is 0-2 now. Zach Alfonso, the 3-hitter on deck, followed by Jared Kreisel, number 32, the 4-hitter.
Yeah, double play ball would be great here. You want to keep Kreisel out of the box as long as you can.
That's right. The 0-2. Swung on. Hit into right field, playable for Schmidt as it tailed into the bullpen. And what a play in the bullpen! A nice diving catch by the bullpen catcher right there. There's too much tail on that fly ball right there. It looked like at first it was going to be playable, but then just goes into the bullpen here as the count remains 0-2.
Monzer, who started the game on the mound, is now the first base coach.
You love to see it as what a cutter from Robinette right there. That's his 7th strikeout. As that'll bring up the 3-hitter Zach Alfonso.
Double play ball still in effect, could end this one. And Dietrich is still up in the bullpen, getting loose for the Panthers.
Well, just in case if he allows a couple runs here, but than that in a 5-0 game, I don't see why you wouldn't keep him on the mound, especially with the pitch count at 73 in the last inning here. Got a lead to work with, but facing 3-4-5, so.
Yeah, let him cook.
I mean, if he was facing bottom line, but I think you wouldn't even have someone in the pen, but especially with the middle heart of the lineup here. As that ball driven into center field, looks like it's going. Oh, what a catch by the shortstop Oswick. Loses his hat and lays out to keep that ball from dropping for a base hit.
Yeah, that might be the play of the game so far. That was a fantastic catch. Had to drop back across his momentum, able to make the play, and good stuff.
Looked like it was going to drop there, but Oswick said not today.
Yeah, and Oswick had a rough defensive game yesterday when he was playing at third, and since moving over to short, he has been fantastic.
As he made that play look easy, here's a dangerous hitter in Jarrett Kreisel as he fouls that ball back. 2 outs here, needs 1 more to avoid the sweep.
Next game for the High Point Panthers will be March 18th, a doubleheader at the University of South Carolina. A couple more non-conference games for them.
The 0-1. Up high, it's 1-1 now.
Only 2 weekend series for the Panthers in March. The 18th and 19th they'll be at South Carolina, and then conference games on the 25th and 26th at Duke.
It's an off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Kreisel does not like that. It's 1-2.
Keep in mind, even though this is a 5-run lead, this game can change with one swing of the bat. You never know what's going to happen if you have to go to the bullpen.
You saw what the Mets did to the Phillies last year, scoring 8 runs on 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Off-speed driven into left field. That's going to be extra bases. Kush throws the ball in as Mestis is going to be waved around. Oswick's throw to the plate is in time for the out. The Panthers win the ball game. What a relay from Kush to Oswick to the catcher Tuttle for the out.
And not only that, it preserves the shutout, complete game shutout with only 2 hits for Bradley Robinette in his first start as a Panther. Just unreal.
I wasn't sure if they were going to hold Mestis rounded the bases, but either way, he is thrown out at the plate, and what a game from Robinette. As allows only 2 hits, 7 strikeouts through 7 innings. As what a game. as the Panthers defeat the Maryland Terps at a score of 5-0 here at Willard Stadium. I'm Garrett Escala alongside Graham Tuck. Thank you for tuning in.